Hey, one and all, it's your pal Drew, and got more comics from my spinner rack. I'm getting right down to it. This issue of Avengers, first time I ever saw the Avengers, I knew somebody had the Captain America Amigo doll, maybe, or something, or a toy. Marvel wasn't big into marketing at the time, amazingly so. This came in October of '74, which means it came out in August. It was an old trick that DC and Marvel try to hopscotch each other and say, well, ours are the latest books. They say October, and yours say September. And you know what? It never fooled the newsstands or the drug stores. They knew it. They didn't keep the books on the shelves for 3 months. They did it for 1 month. Now this cover here, I'm pretty sure it's Ron Wilson, inked by Frank Giacoia, because that's very Ron Wilson. He did a lot of covers at the time with Romita and or with Frank Giacoia because it just helped him develop. You know, he's sort of like under the wing of John Romita. So, Four Against the Flood Tide. Now, this is my first introduction to Hawkeye, probably one of my top 5 characters. You want to know why? We'll find out. Well, starts off with Hawkeye by himself. He's using this, what do they call it? Secret new visit projector. It's a subliminal recall inducer for some code that he has to get a message from the other Avengers. And Frank Giacoia inking heck. I love that combination. And he goes, I got it. The numbers come back to me. 1313, Mockingbird Lane. So he's like, let's see. I got the code. And whoa, too late, buddy. I was expecting you. The Beetle who fought both Spider-Man and the Torch to a standstill. Hawkeye just holds him off, ducks in to see their visit projector, and gives him all the information that they're in trouble. Here he comes. Look at that Beetle. He's a wacky guy. Now check this out. He spins out of a Beetle's grasp. It's on 100%, on him. And he takes a flare arrow, spins around, uses a bolo arrow, tosses a gas arrow. Boom! I'm like, that guy is cool. And then the other Avengers are under the water fighting a Tuma where his strength is I don't know, like 100-fold because he can move around the water and the other people aren't, because water slows you down, of course. Anyway, there's this crash. Long story. Quicksilver goes into this tunnel-like tube, but it's an ejection tube, like a torpedo tube. Well, he and Hawkeye hook up. They get chased underwater on their own ship. There is a really great image there of a octopus and Quicksilver. This isn't my bad focus. This is just really bad printing here. He moves the equipment so fast that all the pursuers get caught up in giant octopus and they get away. And so, as usual, the villain brags tells him everything. Hawkeye and Quicksilver are both like short. They get short temper, so they just bust into this place of Atumas that has water underneath. I don't know why. I think it's because of their machines, probably. That is an amazing panel right there. There's a little bit of suggestion of a spinning or speed line, but no. I mean, it looks like a frozen in time moment because you just can't see him because he's moving. So another arrow, and this is probably one of my favorite scenes. Is that Quicksilver and Hawkeye? Come on, man. Okay, there we go. They're pinned down. Like I said, see the printing there, everything's jumping off. But even when the colors did that way back when, I never noticed it. It's just like the comics were so entertaining, you just didn't even think of the technical aspect of it. There we go. Now we go to the short-lived Atlas comics, and it's not the one that was predating Marvel Comics. This is from 1975. Martin Goodwin was pissed off that who was the boss of Marvel for many decades. What happened is Stan Lee, he and others helped make Marvel rise to the top over DC eventually. And what happens is Martin Goodman was pissed off, and also his son Chip Goodman was supposed to take over, and it didn't happen. Stan got it because he was the most visible. You know, he did the college campuses and spreading the faith and all that stuff. So these were meant to look like Marvel covers as much as possible. I have all these Atlas books. They only lasted 4 issues, so it's pretty easy to get the whole run. You just got to look around eBay or maybe your local comic shop, because I don't think they're worth that much. This is a treat. Get this. Okay. My pal Steve Ditko, my very best friend, inks by Bernie friggin' Wrightson. How about that? Man, that kicks ass. And what I like about it, he doesn't really take away any of Ditko's style. He adds. He's like kind of a murky, muddy, kind of ugly critter. I think he helps. Sometimes Ditko at the stage, he kind of got where the values of the foreground and the background were too close, and I think like there, especially Bernie Wrightson's, giving a little more dimension, I guess. So, hey, you need a back rub? So, and it goes back to this naked guy called Morlock from the previous issues, which looked completely different from this issues, because this is Morlock and the Midnight Men, Morlock 2000. It was just Morlock before. Really, really good stuff. Okay. Oh, and they're selling toys, Atlas Fantasy Shop. Great home movies like Mighty Mouse. They have a special order. Back then, it was so much illegal selling of home movies of, like, Batman and stuff like that. And just other obscure movies. But, the book just ends. They tried to revive this back in like 2017 or so, but they took 2 of the characters they were going to publish first, and they made them awesome and badass, and it was like Spawn, where like they were all wrapped up like mummies with big capes, and it was like updated for the 90s, even though it was the 2020s. Armageddon Factor came out. It's from Americomics, one shot. Pretty neat stuff. I mean, you got all the characters there. I got this side of the dollar rack too, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, I like it. It's written by Rick Levins, which is odd because I think he was mostly a penciler on Captain America in the early 90s. And the guys inked Bill Merriman, Darren Goodhart, Frank Turner. I'd never heard of them, but Ralph Cabrera. Oh, excuse me, another pencil. Ralph Cabrera, I have heard of, and Bill Black had Americomics for decades now. He's been a self-publisher, and it's not steady, but it's like I really admire that he's always stuck with it. And there's a lot to go into here, but look how high quality this is. The grayscales are just really neat. Looks on her hair. It probably might be that duotone I always mention, where you. That's kind of funny to pose. I have to turn this way to show my breasts. Like I said, there's 3 different pencils, so I don't know who did that. That's really neat. It's neat, I mean, this came out in like 85, so I'm wondering if, after that, I think the Ninja Turtles might have inspired the duotone shading. Pretty cool. If you see it in a dollar box or whatever, check it out. This is something I reread twice yesterday. It's so good. When I was working at DC, every month I would get all the books they published that month, except for the the hardcover reprints and the trade paperbacks. And but I would get the monthly books, but I would also get these these square bound books, 48 pages. And at the time, I did 4 issues of Superman, Wonder Woman, Whom Gods Destroy, with Chris Claremont and Dusty Abel, and that was fun. But this came out, and it's called Real Worlds instead of Elseworlds. So it deals with people. Oh, the art is by G.L. Barr, but I'm almost certain that's the same as Glenn Barr, who did. I can't remember what he did. He did a album, a CD cover for like cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons from way back when, done by artists like the Ramones, Matthew Sweet, the Violent Femmes, all that stuff. He also did Brooklyn Dreams. That it was one of those sub. What do you call? DC had a lot of other different publishing venues, different shapes and sizes and formats, and really to be applauded. So the guy's like sitting around. I love it, a little bit on his nose. Goes back to this guy's childhood. Like, this guy's miserable. He's just he's going through a divorce, and he just wants to sit and watch TV. And he gets invited to this Halloween. Bernard Epstein, who is like one of the richest guys on earth, and he has a flashback to when he and his friends as kids were pretending to be the Justice League. And one of them, someone's asked, one of them was a stand-up comedian who had a brief hit for like 13 episodes of this hit series, comedy show. And however, he was replaced with somebody else that had a higher viewing. So he's doing the stand-up act like he did before, and he passes out because he got woozy from. He got, what do you call, flop sweat. So again, it's like, look how great that is, man. His color choices, they totally baffle me, but in a good way, in the best possible way. And what happens is, this rich guy, he does this mysterious thing where he brings all his old play friends back to meet, but they have no idea why. And they're basically sharing, their stories. But I know it sounds really but no, it's great. It's like, you never punched me in the face. You punched everybody else in the 10-block radius, but never me. Why was that? Why? Because you were my best friend. Good reason. Remember how we used to sit in my room half the night and talk about all the things we were going to do when we grew up? Yeah, and how about when we found your brother's Ken's stash of Playboys? Yeah, God, it was like finding the Holy Grail. How is Ken anyway? In jail. I'm going to go hit on the waitress. So it's this whole weird scheme, but it really has a great payoff. And it's not, I don't want to say it's nasal gazing, but it's everything is in there. It's there for a reason. J.M. DeMatteis is really, like I said, I got totally sucked in, but I'm not going to tell you the ending because it's just too cool. Okay, now we go to Love It. Paul Smith's debut on a monthly comic. I think he had done like 2 stories on Marvel Fanfare. I think it was. One was short and one was like a whole issue with X-Men. But I don't know if this was prior, because David Michelinie, John Romita Jr., and Bob Layton left Iron Man, so there was not an announced replacement. So they had like 3 issues that were fill-ins. But some of these fill-ins are awesome. Roger McKenzie, who brought Daredevil back to life with Frank Miller, Paul Smith, and D hands, which means diverse hands, or they'll say M hands, which means everybody. And there's a lot of basically in studio at Marvel, they would have everybody jam on the book. Like, I'll take a page out, here, take a page. We got to get this out. But thankfully, they must have got some good inkers because the art is very solid. I love that helmet side view. That looks so like Don Heck way back when. You can tell he loves Iron Man. Everything is exceptional in here. I'm not going to give it all away. It features Diablo. I like the neck on that 4th panel. How that amazing pose. You do a good job on a superhero if you do a pose that could probably be reused as a sticker somewhere. Wow. More excitement. Use these little panels, but it works because it's so. Love this. All these other armors are being brought to life by Diablo somehow. Come on, focus. There we go. And notice the backgrounds disappear. And then Diablo, I hope your insurance is paid up. What's really cool, I'm not going to show you the very end, but Paul Smith uses the slits of Iron Man's eyes and his mouth to sort of, he turns it for different expressions. It's I'll show you what the hell, it's not that big a surprise, but hang on everybody, hang on. Oh, okay, costume contest of champions, man, I love that. And like he did that there where it looks like a smile. I mean, I know it's playing fast and loose, but Paul Smith's not the first guy to do it. Here's another fantastic pose. Wow. You see all that bad printing on there? But, I don't care. It's terrific fun. Terrific fun. And I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know what you think below. If you have any questions or any insights, I would be more than welcome to see them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please hit like and hit subscribe. And if you have, please hit the bell for notification next time my videos come up. And like I said, leave as many comments as you want. I never delete a comment ever. And like I said, let me know what your favorite thing is. If you think some of these books suck, that's okay. We're all here for fun and fandom forever. So anyway, this is your pal Drew, and you have a spiffy day. Okay, talk to you later.